In this video, we are going to understand how to send Slack message and tag user. So here I want that every time an event occurs, so the team who is sitting on Slack should be notified, and here let's say that I have created a new task in ClickUp. Now I want that the person who has been assigned that task, so I also want to tag that user in Slack. How can that be done? For this we will be integrating these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here my trigger application will be ClickUp and my action application will be Slack. Now here I have just taken ClickUp as an example. You can use any other event here. So now to understand how you can do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. Now here you have reached the landing page, and here I'm going to quickly click on sign in. If you are a new user, you can sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Here we have reached all applications page. These are the various products of Pabbly. I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And as we do that, you can see we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, we have a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here you can give any random name. What is my objective? My objective is, let's say that I'm creating a task in ClickUp. Now I want that the assignee to whom I have assigned the task, so when I'm sending a message in Slack, I want that particular user to be tagged. So I'm going to name it as send Slack message and tag user. Let's click on create. So as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger this, when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here, let's say it is ClickUp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a task here. So I'm going to have my trigger event as new task. So this workflow is going to run every time a new task has been created in ClickUp. Now on the right hand side, it is written that this trigger will check for new data in 10 minutes, which means that our trigger application has a polling time of 10 minutes, and this workflow is going to run in every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. Now I'm going to click on connect. And as I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with ClickUp account. So I'm going to select add new connection, and now here we have to provide the API token to set up this connection. For this, what we have to do is we have to go to ClickUp, and here on the left hand side we can see the profile. Let's click on this. Here we have to go to apps, and here is the API token. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. So once this is done, here we have to provide the workspace name, space name, folder name and list name. So to understand this, let me take you to my ClickUp account once again. So the name of the workspace here is Ashish workspace. It has already been selected by the system. Now the space name. So here you can see that we have got different spaces, and here I'm going to go ahead with connect. So this is the space name. If you wish to select any other space, you can select from the drop down. Then we have the folder name. So here I'm going to go to connect, and these are the various folders. Let's say that I wish to go to test details. So here I'm going to select test details. And then finally here within test details, we have got two lists. One is list, one is assigned test. So here let's say that I'm going to go to the list option. Now as I click on save and send test request, so the last task that was created there, we will get the details of that particular task. So now I'm going to do what? I'm going to go here, go to list, and here I'm going to create a task. So on the right hand side bottom corner, we have the option to create a task. Let's click on this. So first of all, the name of the task. So I'm going to write new 123. Now we have to assign this task to someone. So I'm going to, let's say, select Gary Monroe. Now here we have to write something. So I'm just going to write test demo task. Again here we have to select the priority. Then here we have to select the due date. Then you can estimate task, sprint points, templates, dependencies, etc. So once this is done, I'm going to click on create task, and you can see that this task has been created. So once this is created, let's go to Pabbly Connect, and now here I'm going to click on save and send test request. Once again, you can see I have received the data. So test demo task is the description. Now as I take you down, so here you can see the details, test details, project name. Then this here is the project ID. Then again, as I take you down, so here you can see the name of the task. This is the list name. Then again, as we go down, so this here is the creator's email ID, and here we have got the assignee's details. This is the username. This here is the email address of the person. Now what is my objective? My objective is that when I'm sending a message to my team sitting on Slack, I want to tag this assignee over here and tell the person that a new task has been assigned to him. So I want to tag the person. So before I do that, I'm going to search for this particular user in Slack. So I'm going to choose my action application as Slack here, and the action event here would be to search user by email. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Slack account. I'm going to select add new connection, connect with Slack. Here we have to enter the token type. So since these messages may or may not contain some documents or URLs or some videos, we always go ahead with user. So I'm going to click on save. As I do that, here we can see Pabbly Connect is requesting permission to access the Pabbly Slack workspace. So here I'm going to click on allow. And as I do that, we can see that the authorization has been successful. Now here we have to enter the email address, and to do the same, as I click on this, you can see the previous step, and here I'm going to look for the email address. This is the email address of the assignee. Now this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written the same email address manually, then even when my workflow was running for the nth time with some new data, it wouldn't have taken that data. It would have taken the same address that we had written manually. So to avoid that, we map the data. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. Now if this user is there in Slack, so we'll get the details, and here we have received the details. So this here is the username, then this here is the real name, here is the email address. So we have received these details. Once done, now I'm again going to add another action step. This time again the application will be Slack. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to send channel message. Let's click on connect. I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. Now here we have to enter these details, the channel and the message. So here I'm going to take you to my Slack account. So I have selected Pabbly workspace. Within this workspace, I've got different channels. So these are the various channels. Now you can create your own channel by clicking on this add channels tab. I have created a channel. The name is Slack ClickUp Messages, and here I have added a few people. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to select Slack ClickUp Messages. This is the name of the channel. Now here I'm going to write at the rate. Now I'm going to tag the person. For this I'm going to go to step 2, and this is the username. Then put a comma. So I'm going to write a new task has been assigned to you, and the details. For the details, let's go to step 1, and then as I take you down, first of all I want the name of the task, right? So this is the name of the project, which is test details. So this here is the name of the project. So I'm going to write project name. Then I'm going to go down, and this here is the test demo task. So this is the task description. Then again let's go down, and as I take you down, let's see, we have the project name that we have already written there, and here is the name of the task. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to write task name, and now I'm just going to write regards. So this is the message. If you wish to add any image, you can add the URL here, text, bot name, bot icon. I'm just going to click on save and send test request, and as I do that, here we have received the API response. Now I'm going to take you to my Slack Yes, here we can see that the person has been tagged and these are the details. This means that our integration is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to ClickUp and here I'm going to create another task. So let's click on task and here what is the task name? It is a demo task 234. Now it has to be in the list and who is the assigned person. So I'm again going to add Gary Monroe and then let's write the description. So I'm going to write demo description and then we have to add the priority. Let's say it's high priority. What is the due date? It is 7th. And now I'm going to click on create task. So the task has been created. The workflow is going to run in every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. So now I'm going to wait for 10 minutes and then we will check if we have received the response in Slack. So it's been some time and now I'm going to take you back to Slack and yes, here we can see that the message has been received. This means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is ClickUp where the event is new task. Our action application is Slack where the event is to search user by email and then our final action application is again Slack where we have sent the channel message. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.